what's the question?
Um,
Or what do you want?
okay. At the time of the discussion, I had some displeasure, I guess would be a fair way of saying it, with the way that the contract was handled very quickly at the tail end of a closed session in a meeting where it had not previously existed on the agenda. And my concern was that we have a policy in place that says before any modification can happen to the contracts, that we have to have the contract, the amended proposed contract in hand for review. And my concern was that during the June meeting, as we finished up the June meeting, I had said, I'm not going to be able to make it for the July meeting. I said, I will be available to call in if I need to. The agreement was, it was a very civil, very, natural conversation was, it's the summer months, it's a light agenda, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Whom did you
And
tell that?
You.
No, you never told me
Standing right
that.
here on this
No,
stage, yes,
no,
sir.
No, I have a text message between you and me
On the day of the
on
meeting
the,
in July,
on
yes,
the day
sir.
of the meeting, whereby
I said-
whereby I have the evidence here, whereby you asked me if is there anything that you are in, you didn't say, you say, is there anything, you didn't say, is there anything I can read it to the public, because you said it last time. I went back to refresh my mind, and there was nothing to say, call me. You just say you are in Atlanta celebrating your father's
I wasn't in Atlanta, but nonetheless, I
in
agree.
Georgia,
I did send you a meeting.
celebrating your daddy's 1 year departure. And when you said that, you said,
I'm thinking about you guys
and it was-
tonight.
you are
That's exactly what I said. I hope all goes well. I'm thinking about the meeting
Exactly.
tonight. Thanks for your understanding.
and I said,
And
God bless you.
I'm perfectly fine, and I appreciate that. But what I didn't, and to be honest, Dr. Akanosho, is I feel, based upon the information, and I went back and I looked at that same text message, because that was the night of the meeting.
That
It was
is the text
before the
message.
meeting happened. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny I sent that. That would be silly. But what I'm saying is that if you knew at that point that something as significant as a 4-year extension to the superintendent's contract was coming before this board, as the chairman, I felt that I deserved a professional courtesy of a phone call that just said, hey, Sandra, listen, we're going to do this tonight. And based upon my thoughts and reconsideration of the whole situation, and I could be wrong, and this is total my speculation, I'm not sure you knew that that was going to be brought up in closed session that night. I know from talking to the other members of this board that they had no knowledge that at the end of that closed session that the motion was going to be made to extend the contract. And that is in direct violation of our policies.
That was not.
And if you
correct.
knew
That was not
that
correct.
that was coming before our board, then as a professional courtesy, I felt like a simple text back that says, hey, FYI, we're going to amend the agenda tonight to include this item. And that didn't happen.
Let me tell
And
you.
so, yeah, to say my feelings were hurt, because I can tell you from the time I brought this up in the last meeting to today, you have not called me to discuss the situation.